we have ILEG technology. New technology that we've been showing off in this new screen setup, which I'm gonna have to start working on today. Let me see. Light system. Well, I guess we can put it there. Let me see. There'll be one there, 1, 2, 3 right there, and in the top. Yeah, we could put it right there. I could dirty put it right there. It'll fit right there. I'm trying to figure out where I'll put the screen in once I build it. So yeah, it would fit right there with no problem. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it would fit. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it would fit right there with no problem. Like I said, right there. Alright, cool. Now I got a place to put it at. I got to build a bigger halo system. I got to build that. We got to get that done. Today we will be showing off, not AdTech. AdTech's coming. We will be showing off the panel today. Everything gets here on time. We can show you the panel. Now the panel is completely different. It's not like we have these panels over here. These panels over here have to be done differently because the coating's differently. Because we have a whole section. If you go to the website, Crystal H is coming online today too. If you have the whole section, you'll see in there in that section where it talks about this particular surface, why it's temperamental, how you have to prepare it before you paint them. If you're going to be using these, just to let you know, we put it in there just so you know. I had to prime the daylights out of the whole thing. Wait, let me get my camera cleaned up here. I got a constant habit now cleaning my camera lens all the time. And I got a piece coming over top of my camera that gives it a wide view. So that way you can see more. But anyway, I had to prime the daylights out of this thing. Because if you don't, it's a very temperamental surface. And it can go 8 ways from Sunday. So we had to prime it. Everything's primed now. We just got, all this is now primed. Because before I was going to put down a kind of a top paper to this, but I don't want it on there now. I want the whole thing that we can projector map off anything we want in this section. So all this is being coated in mapping technology. Well, it's being coated in the Quantum Black Star, which has projector mapping capabilities. So that's what's being coated on here. So almost about done. I got to come back in, finish everything, coat everything else in black, and then we're done. We have everything finished. The screen will be finally done, and then we have the light system to put in, the connect system to put in, finish building this computer over here, get this thing ready, set up with all the drivers and everything needed to run this whole entire massive application. This is what's coming up over here. So I want to be to show multiple projector setups on here. That's why we're getting the ViewSonic. The ViewSonic is 235.1, it is 16.9, it's going to do 16.10. It's perfect. Going to do multiple applications here, multiple applications there. We can set up all kinds of stuff back and forth, different types of projectors on this whole setup. So that's what we're working on that right there. So that's where that's going on right now. All right, so the tabletop panel, this is like they use for the whiteboards. This is a blackboard. You can basically connect it to your wall, do some work on it, take it off, connect it to your table. We do have a machine coming in for that. We'll show you where we get them from. We get them on Amazon. It's a little small machine, about that big. It's actually about the size of my projector over here. And it allows you to be able to drag and drop images, you know what I mean, right on it, with markers and stuff. It pretty much is an interactive projector. That's what it is. But it connects to your projector. Now, it's your projector become interactive automatically. Any projector. That's why we're looking at it like, oh, that's pretty cool. So we're going to actually put that on the table, and that's going to be fantastic. So we have people come in, they got all these monitors and stuff all over the place. You can just bring it down to one little surface and do it all from there with that piece that connects everything together with a 50 lumen projector, and you're done. So that's what we're working on with that. That's what they're waiting for here in the office. They're waiting for us to finish that part because they want to come in and look at that, because they want to utilize that technology in the different offices. That's one of the plus sides of already being in an office. The stuff that you're developing that also works in the commercial environment also works in their environment too. So right now they have in their sections TVs, and white screens and all that stuff, and they come and see our stuff fire up in here, and they go, oh shoot. So when are you guys gonna be ready to do the rest of the building? We're like, we'll get to that. You know, I want to talk to the owner and let them know what we got plans for, what we want to do. This would basically change everything for them. Instead of having some monitor in there, you can have this massive 120-inch screen that you could touch and drag things across. That's basically bringing you guys into the future. So any of these older buildings, any of these buildings that have maybe like older electronics, we can bring all that up to speed. But don't keep in mind, it's not going to be expensive because the technology is affordable. The projectors that are required for it are cheap. You know, spend all this money for expensive high-tech projector, and you know that stuff. So that's the whole purpose of that. So we're going to be showing up the panels pretty soon. We got a panel sitting over there waiting for that to be displayed and for that to show that off. And about 4 days from the day, AdTech will be shown, because I have to show it here in multiple locations. We have a nice little flexible surface coming in, coat that, get a chance to go in different areas and show AdTech off. We are working on one of the lowest kits that we've ever designed. This is for the technology we have here, the one that can eat through light. Yeah, we have a kit right there. We call it the starter package. The starter package is under $200. We have certifieds coming through, because before we start showing this stuff off, I need to show how we're going to compete with the high grade certified screens. Even though we've done stuff like this in the past, it's not enough. We have to show that we can do it now with this technology we have here. They don't care about what goes on in the past. They want to see it now. So that's why we're getting the certified screens in here, because we can show that we can take on SL screens, we can take on Elite screens, these big companies at the end of the day. With a starter package under the $200 mark, you have a bunch of big impact that does at the end of the day for the consumer. You don't think about that. A $7,000 screen, a $5,000 screen, a $3,000 screen. You now have technology under $200 starter package that can easily do overpower screens like so, and no expensive projector. That's the big part about it. People don't go out and scratching your head trying to figure out, you know, if I got enough contrast, do I have enough lumens, do I have this, that, and the other, do I have to have HDMI ports to make the resolution higher, do I have to have 4K? That's gone. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to eliminate that. So even if it's there, it's not something you're forced to have to do. Like now today, it's basically just told that the better and more expensive you pay on a projector, the better your image. That's how it works. That's what we're trying to change. That's why we have all these old machines in here to show you that no, you don't have to spend all this money. You could save so much money. It's so much cheaper than a TV. It's so much cheaper than those high-end setups. And that's why I go to a lot of them high-end forums. I got a lot of forum sites that I go to with really high-end projection screen setups. And we go in there and we show them, look, we're doing this, this, and that. And we didn't even pay all that money. There is no way in the world spending that much money for a projector. And on top of that, it saves companies money. You watch this go in with the whole fish tank. We displayed that where we didn't even have, the owner wanted to go out and spend all this money for the expensive high-end 4K projectors to make the image look better, because you're just told that, yeah, you gotta have 4K, you gotta have this and this, all these bells and whistles. And we went there with 720p projectors, the same one I got sitting over there, and pushed an image right through that window. He got two of those projectors. He got them on a special deal. Two of those projectors for $400. For $400. Now, if it was anybody else who was on the scene with him, would have said, well, you know, we got to spend the money for a projector. And looking at his establishment and what they're spending in there, probably would have charged him maybe about $7,000, $8,000 for a projector. That's what he probably would have charged him. And probably took some white film or whatever and put it up there and said, look, see, it works. Yeah. Yeah. I see that in churches all the time. I see churches go through that nightmare all the time. Somebody will come in there and sell them some ridiculous 7,000, 10,000, 20,000 lumen projector, and then give them a white screen. Oh no, it'll work. That projector would definitely hit that screen. It would definitely pick up. I hear from churches all the time. And then when they go fire up, guess what? Image ain't there. You see that on a promo demonstration. That's on our promo. Basically showed the church with a 7,000 lumen projector could not get the screen to function for jack. So, and instead of going out and spending the money, because the next step after that would be certified. You would have to go a high grade certified. I know people saying, well, there's other people. Yeah, but here's the thing. And I can't explain this enough. And this is the reason why some people get mad at me about this, because again, they don't want to test. Companies, big companies are not going to touch you. They're not going to touch you at all. Unless you can show an outstanding lengthy record of you basically backing your product up, this is the only way they're going to go near you. I lie to you not. A distributor won't even touch you. Distributors are very strict. You don't believe me? Go contact a distributor. Try to market your product to them. See what happens. I guarantee they tell you that we don't want to only see testing. We need you to come down here and show that this thing actually works. So they don't want to hear no calibrating. They don't want to hear none of that. We want to see the machine. I want to see it work. No calibrating, no dark environments, none of that stuff. Show me what it does. Because to them, everything they've seen is a dime a dozen. They've seen them already. You got to show them something completely different. And then they're going to ask that question, and it's definitely going to come up. So what's the odds of somebody coming in with gray paint? What's the odds of somebody coming in with black paint? I literally get to ask that question constantly all the time. You're going to have to be to back that up. It can't be a hiccup. It can't be a freaking little bit of, well, you can't see it too, but you can't be that. It has to be a difference between night and day. If you go outside at nighttime, you know it's not daytime. If you go at daytime, you know it's not nighttime. It has to be that much of a change, literally, in order to get a contract. So it requires a lot. So yeah, that's why I sit there and try to explain to people, get upset about that. But you'll figure it out, because here's the thing: what happens? What happens is, how long are you going to last? That's what happens. Sooner or later, you're going to run out of steam and you're going to burn out. You're going to have to back that up. So let's get back to our whatchamacallit. We have a kit coming out. I think it's about 180 bucks. It is going to show that it has the ability, just like the technology we have here, to do projector mapping applications, interactive technology, which we have there in the drawer. Got the Epson projectors coming in with that. It has the ability to be able to pull its Infinity 1 contrast level, which is a must requirement, and also do it at the same time while it's eating through an array of lights that are around 6K. What do you call them, 6K? Yeah, 6K. We have 2 sets of these lights in there. Everyone we showed this demonstration to, especially with a white screen in the middle of it, automatically hooked. Because think about it. You got somebody in a business right now who has a white screen in there, and they have a high power projector, and the screen is just, it is what it is. They try to stick in a little darker environment. Maybe that'll pick up a little better. They try maybe putting in a section where they have lights, where maybe they can control the lighting in that section. They try bringing somebody in to calibrate the projector. They spend the money for another very expensive projector, and they're still stuck in the same boat. Then you come in here and you see a screen that's pretty much not only is much cheaper than the one you just paid for, but it's pushing through 6K of light, including the environment at the same time. How much more convincing would that have to be for someone to come in and sign a contract with our company? That's cakewalk. Since I've been showing off that demonstration to these different places around here, we got just about everybody on board for that new quantum black star. I even got customers on my Facebook account for that quantum black star. You see what that thing did on an ultra short? The ultra short is an easy demonstration, but that demonstration on ultra short does unmatched, because every demonstration I've seen on projectors that cost way more than my $60, and you see over there, their environments are literally so dark. Like I said, I can see the reflection of the movie bouncing off the chassis of your machine. That's how dark your environment is. For a projector of 3,000 lumens or 4,000 lumens, your contrast levels don't even read correctly. That projector on the floor has a 4,000 to 1, and it reads an Infinity 1. Any projector hitting that thing is an Infinity 1. So we got to get ready for that. The Platinum Black Widow, we definitely be showing that off. That thing's going to be gorgeous. That is going to be gorgeous. Excuse me. We have that in 50 ounces only. We make them in 50 ounces. They do up to a 180-inch screen. That one's going to be coming. Actually, that one's already on the site. We already loaded that one on the site. We have the starter package. I'm going to be doing that one today. I'm going to be doing some web work today, but not too much. The last time, jeez, overdid it. I mean, I literally overdid it. I was telling myself, like, yo, get off the machine, go take a walk around, do something. And I'm back on my, like, man, we just got a little bit more to do. And I kept telling myself that same excuse. We just got a little bit more to do. We just got a little bit more to do. And next you know, it's hours into hours and hours. And next you know, it's like, oh, man, I'm definitely going to freaking snap on this. It's going to make me lose it up here. So, yeah, I had to get out and walk around for a little bit. Yeah, the Crystal Ridge site, we're on here right now. This is the marketplace. We are activating this site today, but right now I'm getting ready to process for a new domain name for it. So getting ready for that. All this has to be done, changed out, because now it's not on the FLE. The gunmetal that was on this site is no longer here. The gunmetal on this site, if you see marketplace is blank, we closed it. The gunmetal is now on the other site. This site will be used as for information. That's what it's going to be used for. Information. So you'll be seeing a lot of unboxing videos on here. We got something going to be doing on here called unmatched demonstrations, which I think we have on here already. We got trash projectors, stuff like that. If you try to go to the site, it's going to tell you it's disconnected. The reason why we disconnected because we're changing out our domain name. That's why. We got how to, stuff like that. Anything you want to know how to build levitating projection screens. We built a lot of stuff. You're going to go on that site, good gracious. These guys, yeah, we built a lot of stuff. So yeah, if you're going to do a levitating screen, we show you how to build that. You're in the 235.1, 239.1, when we show you how to do that. If you want to figure out how to do a 1610 projection screen, we've done that too. I was looking at the 15.9. What the freak are the 15.9s used for? Gotta look that up now. What is a 15.9 used for? I actually built a 1.1 and 4.3 projection screen for a 35 millimeter for the old fashioned. We got trash projectors, which I'm gonna enjoy that one. We're gonna be going out and buying some projectors. So they do exactly what they say they do. We'll find out. Okay, let me see. Of course, special thanks. And yeah, blacklist. Blacklist, and we have another list that's going up. That list. Actually, we have a blacklist eBay coming up, and the blacklist eBay is going to be for when we go on eBay and I buy majority. For some people saying, "Well, what experience you have in eBay on eBay?" All my projectors come from eBay. Everything we buy, I got tons of unboxings that come from eBay. I think I've only bought 2 projectors on Amazon. Everything we had came from eBay, so I know how to navigate eBay quite well. I have bought a lot of projectors, had a lot of good results. Matter of fact, projectors over here I have all from eBay. And from my experience on eBay, we know what to buy, what to look for, what to watch out for, and that's all this information we're going to have on there. What makes it even more important is that the blacklist eBay is going to be for when we run into people at the end of the day that are just deliberately on there just to rip you off, and that's what they're going to be on. We're going to put the post to merchant right to that site. Now, we're going to have another section which is going to be for good merchants, because those merchants we do business with. Those are people we unbox. Everything's mint condition. It doesn't have to be. You can have a few scratches. I don't really care because it's used at the end of the day. As long as it works, as long as those lights are not flashing in front of me, like we got shutter problems with shutter lenses are acting up, or we got freaking lamp issues popping up. We don't want to see any of that stuff. But that's crazy at the end of the day. If they're saying it was tested, means that you took it and you plugged it in. And if you plugged it in and saw the same thing we saw, we should have never got it. So instead of having customers run into this stuff and waste your money, we got to buy this stuff anyway. We're just basically just post it. The ones that are basically doing wrong, you stay away from them. And the ones that are doing good, you go with them, because we have the projectors here. We purchased them. We did the unboxing, and we're using them on demonstrations. So that tells you right there. That's why customers trust us when we sit there and ask for a projector. And I said, "Do you have one?" They said, "We don't have one." I can easily point them out to a projector because we have tons of videos on that projector. In different environments, especially at Christie LW400. People buy them like crazy because we had them on site. As a matter of fact, the owner, as I told you, the owner of the smoke lounge, he bought them. Did I steer him wrong? No, because he was able to do all, we did 150 through his window. And he did exactly as we said it was going to do. That's another reason why I said you have to be to back your work up. So we save people a lot of money. People come on there and they got money saved aside, and they're $3,000 saved aside for a projector. And we come on there and we tell them, "Oh, we're just spending $3,000 for it. That's insane. We don't just spend $3,000 for a projector." Heck, you imagine how much money you would save if I got you a projector for like $50, the same one I got sitting over there, and you had $3,000 in your wallet to spend for a projector? How much money you just saved? There you go. See? Paints that are not made properly require expensive projectors to work, and that's what's going to cost you money, because you won't be saving hundreds, you'll be spending thousands just to get that thing to function, and you still are going to be stuck in a dark environment, you still will be calibrating, and you still can't read 100% contrast, and you spend thousands of dollars. Where my customers, if you saw my customer demonstrations, they're outside with projectors that don't cost $3,000. Some of them are 720p models. There you go. So that's the whole purpose. Not to be tricked in or fooled and you have to spend all this money. Now, if you want to go and get yourself a high-end projector, because maybe that's your thing at the end of the day, at least you get what you paid for. And you're not spending $3,000 for a machine to be stuck in the dark because you can't get a 2,000,000 to 1 contrast to pull up on a Starfield demonstration in a fully lit environment without it turning tan on the screen. At least you're getting what you paid for. So that's our future right there. Develop better technology for not only for home, but for business. That's why I spent the money and investment on these different forms of projector applications needed in order to use to further our technology. Like interactive technology, which is extremely important because it can be used in so many levels. I got a friend of mine who's teaching me edge blending, to blend projectors together. Oh my goodness, man. I learned to get that down pack and master that, man. I'm linking all kinds of stuff together because we build the screens, mind you. I would build wraparound screens, loop screens. Oh man, the U screen, the U gaming screen would be freaking amazing. You have to need rear projection to put those things together because it's a U-shaped projection screen. You sit in the middle. It's for flight simulators, driving simulators, stuff like that. Instead of you sitting there, when you have a regular simulator, it's like a kind of a half C, so to speak, a short C. That's what it is. So your peripheral vision, when you turn from left to right, if it's curved, you're seeing just a little bit of that corner. You still can see the other side if there's people sitting on that side. You see it. But this screen is submersive, which means it's like a U, which means you're in the center. When you turn to the side, all you're seeing is nothing but screen. So if a car comes up behind you, you can see it in your rear over top of you, your rear mirror. But when you turn to the side, you can literally see the full vehicle to your side. That's the kind of rear projection. That's the kind of rear projection simulators I want to build. That would be absolutely amazing. I would love to have something like that. And I'm pretty sure they have it, but it's probably god-awful expensive. But we have rear projection technology ourselves. So I figure out how to get that to work where we can get all the projectors simultaneously doing one screen. We can build that screen with no problem. We just need somebody to come in and help us with the other part of it. And I got somebody who came on board and said, no, I can help you with that. So, hola, get that done. Did I just say hello? I think I did. Anyway. There we go. Got people going to bring on board to help us bring, and these will be affordable screens that you can snap, put together. Yeah, we got some cool stuff we're going to work on. The gaming community, oh my goodness. Yeah, the gaming community is going to have a ball. We got some pretty cool stuff we're working on. Pretty cool working on. That whole, I told you, I got a friend of mine who basically, who has a 3D printing company, a really big one too. So he's going to basically help us with something we're working on 3D printed projection screens. Yep, rear projection using AdTech. It's an interesting process too. Very interesting. And the screens never have to be sprayed ever, ever. Because what we're working on, we're designing a whole different type of formula. This will be for like 2026. But we're already planning for 2026 already. Yeah, we got stuff. I want to do nothing but in 2026, most likely it'll probably won't be screen paints. It'll be all physical screens. This is when we can develop whatever the freak we want. Crazy stuff within the day. Tabletop projection screens. I had a friend of mine say he likes the tabletop because we do Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. You got to change out your maps and stuff. This makes it so much easier if you're doing projector mapping or something like that. Just map it right into the screen. Anything you want. Ah, the future looks bright, people. Ultra bright. God is leading the way. All new technologies getting ready for us. He's opening up our doors, getting us ready. And yes, we already know the devil's already thinking of ways of trying to take it down. You ain't even going. You're not even going to come anywhere near what we're doing. Anywhere near. Let's put it that way. Nowhere near. God already knows what you're going to do before you're going to do it. The very thought that just processed through your mind before you even thought it, God already knew what you're going to do. That fast. You've already been stopped in the door before you even know it. It's like interesting when you get people like that that are bent on doing dumb stuff. It's like they're saying at the end of the day they're more powerful than God. Because that's pretty much what you're saying. For Christian tells you he's protected by the Lord. And all his blessings come from God. And he keeps rising in rank. And he keeps building. And God keeps blessing his hand. And you think for a second you're going to stop that? You think you're more powerful than God. That's what it comes down to. Right? But you would never say that, right? That'd be crazy. It'd be blasphemy, wouldn't it? But you're thinking it. because you think you're more powerful than God. Look at the outcome of it all, people. We're building stuff here, and look where they're at. They're probably on their YouTube channels right now ranting about me. Everything we do, they rant about us. And you're going to see that. You're going to get used to that, because that's how it's going to be. Develop nothing, just cry about us. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Companies that are trying to compete with us, now they're actually building stuff. They're actually making things. That's what I like at the end of the day. I like a company that can get in and go, oh shoot, these guys are doing what at the end of the day? Oh, we got to compete with this. That's what I like, competition. Not sit back and cry on a camera for hours on end about how our technology is so fake and this, that, and the other. Well, look, like I said, that's what you want to do. Got a $500,000 contract for you to sign. For those you don't know that, for people who want to run their mouths and talk all this trash on YouTube and say our stuff don't work, guess what? I got a $500,000 contract you can sign. You can meet me in court. Come down here to Pennsylvania and get an airline ticket. Come down here to Pennsylvania and meet for an arbitrator, and we'll do this. And I guarantee you, bar none, you walk out a broke man. I guarantee you, you'll walk out a broke man. A believer to it by technology, but a broke man. So instead of getting on YouTube and crying and whining, sign the contract. I think I'm going to have them attached to the site so you can actually just print them out. You sign it, notify, whatever you want to do. But I think we're going to do it. I think it's better if we do it. We do it. We'll have it. We're basically, you just email us, and then what we'll do is we'll basically sign it. I'll sign it. It'll come over with my signature on it, and it'll be notarized and sent right to you. Just sign it, and we go to court. That's it. You lose, you owe me $500,000. Now, if my product didn't work, how many people can make that agreement? So that should tell you right there, you got yourself in hot water. But I mean, like I said, instead of talking trash, back it up. That's all you got to do. Besides, anyway, if we catch you, right, out there slandering, doing all these videos slandering my business, you're going to go to court either way. Because you're being documented. You hope you know that, right? I got people online documenting stuff. So if they catch you, they're going to document. I'm not going to contact you. They're not going to contact you. They're just going to watch you for months on end and document everything you're doing. And then you'll get some paperwork in the mail saying, hey, look, we've been tracking your activity and you've been here slandering our company. So we got to go to court over this. We're going to take you to court. See, there you go. Some of you are already going already. So, yeah. You're still going to have to go to court and back that up. So that's why I said, if you got a lot to say, let's get in front of a judge and we'll talk it out right there. And you can try to tell the judge that I'm all these things. If you can't back it up, just pay me a lot of money. That's how it works. I never could understand how you got to explain the law to some people. I don't know. I think they think they're excluded from this world. They can just do whatever they want to do. Sorry, you're just not at all, period. It works in any company. Any company. McDonald's, you're going around telling people at the end of the day that their food is made out of some kind of weird animal that's not actually the animal they're using. And you go on, you continue these rumors, spreading rumors about McDonald's over and over again. Guess what's going to happen to you? Company's going to contact you, but before they contact you, they're going to send someone to watch your channel. That's what they're going to do. And they're going to document everything you say and do. So when you go to court and if you delete the videos, they can go, oh, here we go. We copied his videos. This is what he was saying about our company, because you have to back that up. Or if you don't, it's your word against his, and it's considered to be hearsay, which means they'll strike it out. But they're not going to contact you right away. Oh, heck no. They're going to sit there and watch you. And they're going to document everything you said, everything you did, blah, 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 blah. And they're just going to sit there and watch and document that. And they're ready, and they got enough evidence to bring it to court. They're going to basically send you out a letter saying, hey, look, and they're going to track your whereabouts. They're going to figure out exactly where you're at. Hire a private investigator. They all have them. All these big companies have people designed to track people down. Get an investigator, track down where you work at, your job, where you went to school at, where you're born at. They're going to find all kinds of stuff on you. And then when they figure out where you're located at, you can get a nice little letter in the mail. They're going to email you. Heck no. They're going to send you a letter, a certified letter. And that letter is going to state that you're being sued for this amount of money because you went on YouTube and you spread these false rumors about their company's food being made out of some kind of weird animal. I'm not going to say what animal, a weird animal. Now you got to go to court and you got to show up, so that way you have to prove that this weird animal is in this food. They have to defend themselves. And that's what they're going to do. Just like we're going to do to you. Same thing. So, If you can't prove that this weird animal is in this food, then guess what happens? Whatever they're suing you for, that's what you got to pay. That's how it works in the real world. Just like you said, my product's nothing more than black paint. It's a scam. It doesn't work. It's a ripoff. After all this testing we've done in this product, we're suing you for this because you made false statements that weren't true about my business. So that's what the whole main lawsuit is really actually about. It's not about the dumb stuff they were doing in between. That's just time they're going to get for doing dumb stuff. It's about him going out and spreading these false rumors that our products were fake and they weren't real, and we were basically selling people everyday black paint. That's what the rumor was about. He started, and he continued to spread this rumor to other people to get them on board to support his hatred. And there is where he's looking at serious, massive jail time, messing with the copyrights, all that stuff. So that's what that comes down to. So when he goes to court, and I'm going to tell you something right now. I hate to put it this way. Your nationality, buddy, not good at this particular time right now. Not good. I'm not trying to be rude here, but Jamie is, yeah, his nationality is not, it's bad. Let's put it this way. I'm not trying to be rude here. I have Mexicans in my family. I fear for them right now. But the last thing you want to do is be in the limelight of anything right now. Because, yeah, Orange Guy is doing some buck wild stuff. And I got, like I said, I got Mexicans in my family. My one is about to marry. Yeah, and my people are lawyering up on our end. Make sure it doesn't happen. But you do not want to be in a situation where you are committing crimes and you're under certain radars like copyrights, perjury, serious fraud. You don't want to be in that section. You don't even want papers drawn up on you anywhere. And we have documents on this guy. He's in and out of the police system showing that he's committed these crimes. I've already filed for 2 copyright infringements on him. Just want to let you know on that one. Do not want to be in that situation right now. Because it's bad. It's really bad. All right, people. You might say at the end of the day, like, oh, no, I have looked, but at the end of the day, buddy, I'm not interested in that kind of, I'm not that type of person. Because everything I do, I have to answer to God. Everything I do. You violated my company. You attacked my business, right? You went out and attacked my family, right? All right, then my family members are filing charges against you. I'm filing charges against you. You basically tampered with copyrights. I went in and took care of that. So that puts you right up in the limelight. And what's going on right now, that's the last place you want to be at right now. Is going in and out of a court system to show that you're undocumented, of basically tampering with copyrights, or basically harassing people and sending out threats. You don't want to be in that situation. It's extremely bad. I was talking to and it's a shame too. I was talking to a friend of mine. He was talking about how there's a family who had people closing up their businesses and hiding. What are we? Now we not to Germany now? Is what we turning into now? That's craziness. Like I said, be civilized. First things first, we're not supposed to be here. Native Americans own this. Technically, we're going to be truthful about this. All you people out there carrying on and screaming that certain race of people don't belong here. You don't belong here. It's Native American territory. To tell you the truth, honestly. Let's be real here. Okay? So we don't belong here. And this guy's up here signing executive orders where they didn't even hit Congress. Those things were signed illegally. He broke a lot of laws. He was signing documents. He should not have been signing documents, and they were given the okay without proper clearance. This is why there's certain lawsuits and there are people coming up. Library of Commerce and people are coming up. State attorney generals are getting involved in this because he did some things he shouldn't have did. But he gets all out for an all-out witch hunt on anybody. That's why I said he's looking for birthrights. If you were born here, he's trying to come after you. It even signed an executive order for Native American Indians. You tell me how that one even works to begin with. And I tell you, for those people who voted for him, I wouldn't dare tell people that you voted for him at all, period. Matter of fact, the most people right now that are crying on YouTube about getting stabbed in the back on that whole government freeze is his own people. But At least you see it now, don't you? You see it now, don't you? You see the person that you thought you trust at the end of the day. Let me explain something to you. You're poor to him. That's what you are. You're poor. If you're not within a certain rank of money, he's the only way he's going to see you. But to him, all you guys out there, them little hats on, and you're poor to him. He wouldn't even sit next to you at the end. He wouldn't even acknowledge your existence unless there was a vote attached to you. That's it. You think for some reason that he's basically for you. You just figured that one out, didn't you? That was the biggest wake-up call of all. Him freezing all those states out of funding. You got hit with that, didn't you? Yeah, you thought you were special at the end of the day. You're not at all, period. Unless you have billions of dollars in your banking account, that's the only way he'll see you eye to eye. The only way. He sees money. That's all he sees. Green money. That's it. You don't mean jack to him. You're just there for him to step on. That's literally what he did. He piled you guys up and he stepped on you one by one to get where he needed to get to. And when he's done, he just kicked away the ladder and just watched you guys burn in Hades. That's what he did. And that's why he did what he did. He didn't care about y'all. Don't care about nobody. But at least they learned. And now you see what you did. So, God forbid, when you watch your friends and family, your grandmother and all of them suffer, you're the one who triggered that mess. You want you to remember that. That's you. You triggered all that. You caused all that pain. But it won't last long anyway, like I said. Got a lot of good people stepping up to put an end to that nonsense. Let him know that he can't get away with whatever he wants to get away with. Trying to get a third term. Can you believe that? He's trying to write it into law that he can be there forever. And there shouldn't be any more elections. That is what you call a dictator. Yep. Yes, sirree. That's what he's trying to do. It can't because it's the Constitution. You can't do it at all, period. At all, period. I think other presidents have probably thought about it. Not just him, have already thought about it, but you can't do it. There's laws in place. There's a reason why we have all these laws in place that keep them from going rogue. Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable. I don't know how many people. It's unbelievable. I couldn't believe that day that I was coming back to the office and I just saw all those people out there voting for him. And I was like, you stupid idiots. You have no idea what you just started. Now you know, don't you? There was a guy on there, he was talking about how his wife got deported. Deported his wife. Yep. He voted for Trump. And his wife got deported. Well, you hire a clown, you're going to have to watch the circus. Yep. Now, like I said, Christians at the end of the day, are we fazed by this? Not really, to tell you the truth, honestly. We serve God. I don't serve him at the end of the day. At all, period. God protects his people at the end of the day. You can have famine in the land. Famine in the land. You know, there's disease, starvation, it's all that craziness. You can have all that in the land, and a Christian won't be touched. Because we serve God. God protects his people. That stuff doesn't come near us at all, period. Not at all. In COVID, I never caught it. Never had it, ever. Never caught it? Not one time, ever. In COVID, did my business go under? No, my business made a ton of money in COVID. It made a ton of money in COVID. God bless these Christians. All that's going on right now, this doesn't even affect me. Because I serve God at the end of the day. What Lord would he be at the end of the day? Why would I trust somebody at the end of the day that can't even have my back? That's going to watch me perish at the end of the day. Put my trust in him. Allows our business to flow. I can be in the middle of depression. We can be in the middle of depression and we still be taken care of. That's why we trust the Lord. Takes care of his people. And I put it in God's hands that this man does not have the power to go out and do what he thinks he's going to do. that somebody's going to come up and put an end to it. Someone's going to come over there and basically at the end of the day write a law that doesn't allow him to do this and doesn't allow him to do that. At that particular point, when you're talking about the pen is mightier than the sword. When you have people that can write laws to block individuals from doing this kind of destructive behavior, this is where the pen becomes mightier. But he's not going to be able to do much. I'm going to tell you that right now. He's not. I'm glad there are people stepping up and basically calling this nonsense and putting it out there. I'm glad there are people that are basically standing up against him and that are shutting it down. Those who voted for this nonsense, I think that your ability to be able to vote should be revoked forever. I think you should never have the ability to ever vote again. I do believe that. Because I don't know how in the world, if you saw what he did the last time, you saw the chaos that he caused the last time, even at the darkest era in U.S. history where we had COVID running rampant, and the way he carried on like a 5-year-old child, withholding vaccines and just carrying on and act up, whoever needed to kiss his feet at the end of the day would get vaccine. You went through all that and you still voted him back in? Never ever tell me, I'm gonna tell you something right now. Don't tell anybody you're a Trump supporter. Don't tell people this. Don't tell anybody this at all. Because if I had a restaurant and you walked in and said you're a Trump supporter, I would tell you to leave. I'm not serving you. I'm not going to serve you. Because that nonsense you voted in triggered, you didn't just hit one state, you hit all 50 states with that headache. You caused a lot of chaos because you voted that in. You're responsible for that. That's your responsibility now. So, Mr. Cuckoo, with all the crazy stuff he does from here on in, that's your responsibility from now on. You're getting blamed for all that. And you get on YouTube and you can scream and rant all you want about how he stabbed you in the back. No one has any pity for you at all. Nobody. At all. Because you knew what you were doing when you signed him in. Gee whiz Louise. My goodness. I'm going to get back to my work and what I got to do with that. You cry over that mess. I got a friend of mine, like I said, he was a Trump supporter. He was talking all this trash. Yeah, and this time around it's going to be different. And when he got hit with something that affected his business pretty bad, he was almost going to lose his company in it. He contacted me and I went, click. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You voted it in, right? You supported it 100%, right? You talk trash to everybody else on how they were wrong and how you were right, right? And now this guy basically put a dagger in your back. And now you want to sit there and cry and whine to me about how bad things have gotten for you. Click. We're done. Move on. Be what you sow. That's how it works. I ain't got time to hear it. All right. Now I'm going to get back to work. I got things to do over here. And I got to work on my future and what I'm planning to do. Ooh, look at that right there. That pretty little light show. All right, let me see. 100 and... Where do we have that thing at? Oh, yeah. This site right here? I don't know if we're on this site. I think we are. And we got now 8:33, which means I got to go. I don't really have time to do that. Let me see. I definitely want to put it on the site at least. Let me see where we're at. Are we on this right page or do we sign this page? We're in Marketplace right now. Okay, we're in Marketplace. So where are we at on our... This is Marketplace. Okay. Let me add you in. Meals on Wheels. Unbelievable. Try to cancel that. Medicaid. Try to cancel that. Gee whiz Louise. My goodness. I tell you right now, in the history of dictators, it never ever goes well in the end. It just doesn't. It never goes well. You read about down through history, even through England, dictators and kings and queens that rule over and cause try to beat the people down. It doesn't go well. It never does. You look at the history, it never goes well. It does. Not for them, it don't. It really doesn't. Oh, let the meat cake. Yeah, that didn't go well. That really didn't go well. I could play a little bit of that in Assassin's Creed. Which reminds me too, I gotta get back into Assassin's Creed. I think I got them. Oh, no. I'm gonna get them on PC. Let me think. Unity! I love freaking Unity. Unity's my joke. That's my favorite thing, is Unity. I love Unity. Man, every time I get into Assassin's Creed game, I'm like, I never use guns in Assassin's Creed. It's constantly stabbing people, and I like to use the little blade he has. You get to upgrade that thing, man. Oh my goodness, man. I think that's the only game that I like stealth. I usually hate stealth games. I can't stand them. Batman, hated their stealth in that. I can't usually hate them. But in freaking Assassin's Creed, I freaking love stealth, man. I'd be sitting up there just watching and jump to hide the bodies in freaking hay barrels and stuff like that. Just wipe out the entire freaking army and just hide them all over the place. Sometimes I just leave the bodies out there. I just don't care. Because it brings on more enemies, that's why. Man, I think it's the only game I like stealth. I gotta get back into that, man. Alright. Let me see. That's when they had that one, they're talking about stealth optional, and you see the guy come out there with the freaking minigun, and just, that's me. Stealth they said stealth optional, there's a 100% chance I am not going out with stealth. So, just be ready for that. I'll just be warning people like, look, man, there's no way in the world I'm going to be doing stealth, man. With stealth is optional. Like, we gotta do something. It's optional. Carrying the rocket launcher, taking it out. All right, let me see. We got to get this thing finished so I can get pictures of this to put on here, because right now we got the light system in here, and we're redoing the light system. So I definitely got everything in here to do that right now, to get that done, because I need to build a big one there. All these pictures have to be redone. They're just here for the time being. This thing's not even available yet, by the way. So it's not available yet. I ain't got my pictures done here yet. I want this big thing to be set up. I want pictures on boom, boom, and both these are here for this, and I want my whole light system, porch system, to be done, because my light system is going to be bigger than that, much bigger than that, and much more lighting. So we need to get that set up. So let me go duplicate this one. This one here needs to be duplicated to the kit. I did say I want to bring my price down. Let's start off at the top. Let's go start off at the top and see where we start with the big ones, so we can drop it from there on down. I need to want my prices at a certain price. Because mind you, when I go on, I like to be this, when I go to different sites and stuff, I mean different places and stuff, where we're advertising our technology, I want to be to say that our technology is under 500 mark. Our screen paints will be under the 500 mark. Physical screens is a little different story, but still we need to be under any certified screen we take down. Because I can't be saying, oh, we're going to put $3,000 for a screen. We do $3,000 a screen. It's got to be something crazy. Well, maybe the rares will be that. But the rares of that, the rares have got to be like the legendaries, the rare screens. 2027, they may be coming out in 2027. They're like really super rare. I mean, rare. We make 5. Some of them are 5 a month, and one's once a year. By then, my companies should be at the peak point where basically we can make limited edition rare technology. Because you have to build up for that. You have to build up for that where your company has a foundation first before you can actually come up with a rare. Let me see. So with those babies, they come in special cases. Special cases. And it's going to take money to make those kind of cases. The glass, by the way, too. Well, kind of glass and a kind of more like laser edge crystal. I want these things to be really gorgeous. Okay, let me see. That's the future stuff in the future. There's the gallon. All right, let me drop a gallon. Now, the only people who disapprove when I say our prices at the end of the day are people who don't buy my stuff. You don't buy my stuff. You don't support my company. What are you complaining about? And again, as I said before, if you feel at the end of the day by saying anything, I don't care if it's anything. If you sit there and say, well, I feel your price, why should my prices be that high? Why should my prices be that price to begin with? Why not? Show me something that's matching our stuff. You want to make a bet on that one? You don't want to go down that road on that one because our stuff is untouchable right now. There's nothing matching our stuff. We got matching betters out there. I haven't had one person that even complete one of these things yet. So the only people that are crying about my price is people who make screen paints, because you feel for some reason that we should be on your level. Are you kidding me? I could develop something in 20 minutes to wipe your level completely. I'm dead serious. I am not joking here. I can make an ad tech and wipe your stuff out. You want to go out in the sunlight and play with us? I don't think so. Your stuff would never make it out there. Your stuff couldn't even make it with the halo system we built at the end of the day. So again, it's like watching a freaking Kia. Nothing bad about Kias, I like them. But it's like a Kia arguing with a Bugatti. You know the engine power in a Bugatti, how that thing is built and designed, and you want to argue and say, well, why does this cost like $600,000? Why can ours cost $600,000? We got the same. No, you do not have the same thing. And we test these machines side by side, you will clearly see these are two different types of machines. Where you're trying to say that your $60 paint is the same thing as mine. Well, where's your demonstrations of you absorbing sunlight? Where's your demonstrations with halo systems being projected to ceilings and floors and all the stuff we do? Massive giant monster screens outside, customer displays outside. Where's your demonstrations? You don't have any of those demonstrations, do you? Heck, you don't even have tests on your stuff. And half of your stuff in your specification sheets are fake and you can't back them up because I challenged them. So, what are you complaining about? It's not the customer we're talking about. It's the people who make the screen paints that are crying at the end of the day. When you make a product worthy enough to be sold on that level, then you can have that. But until then, you got to work for that. There you go. Those are the only people I know that sit there and cry. Because if my customers cried about it, I wouldn't have customer reviews on my products. Only people who cry about that are people who make screen paints because they feel that, oh, you should be in the same category. Are you kidding me? You want me to make a paint called Category and use it to wipe out your stuff at the end of the day? Because I can literally do that right now. I can literally design something just to take your stuff out. I can wipe your stuff clean, your entire product line. And we actually made that promise, remember? It was called a Spartan. It was so terrifying that someone literally went in and started locking their shopping carts from the door and canceled out. And mine, I got people over here called the Pennsylvania Parte Challenge. That's what it's called. Trying to go in and order that paint through Pennsylvania and can't get through. He was so terrified of that thing, and we didn't even show it yet. He just knew we had the capability of doing it. That he canceled out 12 million people and some change because he was scared of this thing. Not alone, we have cancellations at the same too. The first time, cancellations at $20. So again, between the $1,900, we got people to cancel off their website, their eBay accounts, everything. But yet they want to sit there and go, oh, we have the same thing. You want to back that up in court. That's what that $500,000 is for. You want to back it up? But you don't want to sign that either. So let's make sure you don't want to do the matching betters. You don't want to do any of those. You don't want to have us go and buy your products because you're afraid at the end of the day. Give us back our money. Sure, we judge that easily. And you basically, at the end of the day, don't want to sign a $500,000 contract to basically prove your theory in court. All you rather do is just go on YouTube and cry about our prices. I'm sorry, they call those crybabies. That's what they're called. That's what they're labeled at. They are called crybabies. They can't back anything up and just rather cry about it. Then you know what? Go cry. I don't care. But you're the only ones that cry about our prices at the end of the day. I can literally make your product line if I wanted to. Your product line is not hard to make. It isn't. You literally show you how to make it online for free anyway. Let me see. I can make an upgrade version of freaking what's it called? Network grade 773. A half and half, and wipe your stuff out. Easy to make. Half and half. Actually, matter of fact, gave him the ingredients. He wouldn't make it. He would not make it at all. Gave him the ingredients. That was the wrong button. Gave him the ingredients and he would not make it. A simple half and half. Because it has network gray in it, that's why. Anything that has network gray in it that you put into it dominates its product from the door. Right there from the door. Because he matched the base of it. Anytime you match a base of a paint that you slide off a shelf, you match the base of it, anything you add into it is going to overpower his screen from the door. So if you add in, let me see, it had a nice tone to it, but it was a little bit lighter. So if you put in maybe about 1 scoop of black, you could overpower his screen's contrast levels. A higher white level, if you put in a half and half network grade 773 and half PPG of solid silver. That's what I tell people at the end of the day. If you're going to call yourself making a gray screen paint and you put in a couple of teaspoons of silver, you will never see that. You will never see that. You got to do something called a half and half. The base won't even pick that up. And your base is your gray paint. Your base is your white paint. The black is the toner. The black tones on how dark your contrast levels are or how light your white levels are. It's a little back and forth shift you have to go in between to get it just right in there so it fits nicely. Then you're going to have the ability to try to get that thing to pull in a fully lit environment without anything basically failing in the process. But since that paint falls under the category of ambient light controlled environment, because that's where they sit at, it's an environment you have to control the environment to get the screen to work. So basically, if I was going to make a product to take out all your products in one hit, let's see, easy reversal, which is pretty much 6 tablespoons of white into black. That converts it to gray even faster. That would be perfect. Or basically, you don't have to do much with that. The dark grays, heck, this right here is dark gray primer right here. It's the same thing, literally the same thing their stuff is. It's the same thing. I know, I tested their stuff already. It's the same thing. It's dark gray bullseye primer. It does the exact same thing. So anyway, yeah, skip the doodle that nonsense. Go out and get yourself some mica, some silver mica, throw it in there. That's done. Complete, task already finished. The white, the gray stuff, very easy to do. Pretty much like I said, if you're doing it, he already matched the base of network grade 773. Slice it in half, do half a quart, do 16 ounces. 16 ounces of network grade 773, 16 ounces of PPG, mix that together. Then you go on, this is where you basically start deciding how many scoops you want to put in. I would go anything from 1 scoop to 4. 4 is the highest I would go, that's it. I would keep it in between there. Then you would have all his screen paints. You would start off with the light, the mid, light, dark gray, and then dark gray, charcoal gray. You would have on right there on the door. That's all you need, 1 to 4. And the scoops you want to use is, don't use tablespoons. Tablespoons don't work. You know the scoopers that you get that come out of, like when you get like orange tang, that scooper, that's a perfect scoop of black paint right there. That'll give you the perfect balance if you want to do a great paint. It'll do exactly what this product does. All of them. I know because we tested them. Mind you, the network grade 773, we put the test against the Metallica mix. We put 2.0, we put it against the Personal mix, and we put it against the Cinemax. It matched all 3 of them in the demonstration. He only did 1. What happened to the other 2 demonstrations we did? What happened to the other 2 screen paints? He never did them. You know why? Because he did them off camera. So that particular network gray, if you were to alter it in any way, you have a product now that can basically do something that the Hyper can do, all the light grays can do. And if you do a reversal on it and you take black paint and you take 6 of those and drop them in there, boom, automatically with some silver mica, you got the gray stuff too. Because we made it too. I made the UV mix online, easy. I just did a reversal. Reversals are easy because if you're taking like, you know how much black paint it's going to take to convert a white paint into that color, that tone, to this tone right here? It's going to take you forever. And you're going to kill off so much black paint that you're going to waste resources. It's just going to take too long to do. So what they do is, and this is from back in the day, they do something called the reversal. Reversal is where you start off with the paint being black, and then you drop white into it. It changes it faster, a lot faster. And then you can keep count on how many scoops you put in because you don't want to basically lose track. So we found out that 6 of them makes a UV. I found out that when the Frankenstein came through and I put the Frankenstein next to the UV, I was like, oh shoot, it's only off by 1. So the Frankenstein's only off by 1, which means it'll be 5. And we already had the product over here because I have unboxing videos where we purchased the product off of eBay, had them over here, and they match perfectly. It's the same thing. It's the same thing that people were doing way back 10 years ago. I did it 10 years ago. There were people doing it way back before I was doing it. It was called YouTube paint. That's what it was called when it first started off. It was white and black paint. That's all it was. Which he has right now, white and black paint. Because you watch the demonstration on the Metallica 2.0, you will see him mixing white and black paint. That's all it was. That's it. So how do we come down with its ingredients? We used a tutorial video. It's right there. It literally sat there and said 2 tablespoons, right? So that's what we did. We put 2 tablespoons in. And as we gradually put in from 2 to 6, we landed all his products that quick. That's all he has. That's all it was. That's why when I got over and I popped the top, I said, oh, we know what this is. Automatically from the door, because I can see the glitter in it. All it was is just glitter and it was glitter and black and white paint. That's it, nothing more. We ain't put no time into it. Nope. So we got it down here. I got test videos on it. I got test videos of we taking it outside. It failed. We had it inside. It failed. We put it against certified. Mind you, I got more projectors than he has. What do you got? Like 1 or 2 or 3 projectors? I had 70 projectors in my arsenal. In climate, still got more projectors. You ain't even testing on anything. Same thing. You don't want to can't test it on a 720p. Test on 720p. The image looks bad for them. They get a high-end projector, and then they start some campaign about you don't want to use 720p. 720p is a waste of money. Who would even use their screen paint? Use a real screen paint on a 720p projector? Nobody. You got it wrong. A real screen paint can work on 720p. If you're required to have a high-end projector to basically get your screen to work, that costs the consumer money because he has to spend a lot of money just to get the screen to work. How are you saving thousands? You know, it's funny when he tells me hundreds. When he tells people you're saving hundreds, you can't save money yourself. My stuff looks way better than yours. My customer's demonstrations look better than the demonstrations that he was actually doing on YouTube. You can't even beat my customer's demonstrations. And yet, they don't spend all that money at the end of the day. That's crazy. Nah, no calibrate. I would never tell a customer to calibrate ever. I don't even want to calibrate. Can't tell you to do something I don't want to do. It looked better once we calibrated. I'm like, my God, we're in a dark environment already. That environment was darker than that. It was darker than that. There was no light hitting the screen. Oh, and that's the reason why you don't use gloss, by the way. Because that's a gloss primer that's on there. See that reflection that's bouncing off my light over here? Yeah. You know where I saw that at? That reflection bounce? I've seen it in Danny's paint. When Danny was painting the screen, and as he did, he pulled the screen up, and you saw the light reflecting off his screen. Yeah, that's why he's having ultra shear issues. That's why. Hot spotting. That would definitely hot spot. When you pull a screen up, as if it's reflecting light and everything in that environment, that means that paint is gloss. Either gloss or it's satin or it's got some kind of oil in it. It's got something in it that's causing that reflection to pop off. You're not supposed to see anything at all, period. It's supposed to be. Yeah, that's why people, I got asked me at the end of the day, why do people use gloss? How come people don't use gloss in their paints? Because glossy paint's hot spot. They do like crazy. Somebody did try to do that dumb stuff at the end of the day. You know, people have been talking about that for years on forum sites on why you can't use glossy paints. I mean, it looks nice when you show it off. It gives off a really rich color to it. But the hot spotting is freaking unreal. It's like the equivalent of trying to watch a movie and every 5 minutes somebody walks up to you with a flood and goes bam, right in your face. That's what it's like. You're seeing it burning up in the middle of your screen. It's crazy. That's why they don't use it. And this guy, literally, I remember it. I'm going to see if I can find those old videos. This is really way back. He tried to use glossy paints. Try to say we didn't know what we were talking about. Oh, you figured that one out the hard way, didn't you? Yeah, they were hot spotting like crazy. Especially if you had laser. Jeez. You can't use gloss. So that's what the guy was asking me about that. He was asking me about questions about the paint. Can you use gloss? Now, it's interesting. When we get a customer in and we tell the paint's a flat paint we use, right? And they're asking me questions like, what if I do this with it? What if I do that? How come you don't make it this way? How can I make it that way? That's not an average customer question. That's someone who's trying to figure out how to make it, or someone trying to make their own and trying to get ideas off of us. This is where we end the conversation. I'm not here to basically, at the end of the day, give you information. You figure that out on your own. Well, my personal favorite one, companies will do this. Companies will contact us and pick my brain to figure out how something's made. Well, how would you go about doing it that way if you were going to do it? What are you asking me questions like you're a freaking psychiatrist at the end of the day? Like, you really don't think I'm going to sit here and waste my time, have a conversation with you, helping you out with your product at the end of the day? You ain't buying nothing from me, and you want me to help you out with this? No. how would you go about doing that? What kind of projector would you use? How about this? I'm busy. I got a lot to do. I got a lot on my plate. We're not going to have this conversation. Goodbye. What would I do? Not have this conversation with you because I'm busy. What would you do? I've had to happen so many times it's not even funny. Let me see. What would you do? Not have this conversation. That's what I would do. Not have this conversation. ILEG. You're probably trying to figure out what that abbreviation stands for too. You can't do it. You know why? They don't know what it stands for. It tells them how much they don't know about our technology. When we had FLE, we didn't tell exactly what FLE when we first started off. They didn't even know what anyone called out what it was before we gave out the information. No, the only way you knew is when we spoke it, and then you could basically say what it is. How can you say you're going to make something if you didn't know what the abbreviations of what it was when we first basically showed it off? Oh, that sounds sad. It is. All right. That's done. Drop that right there. Let me see. Probably say ILEG. He's making ILEG. 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 Really? He's making ILEG. What the freak is ILEG? He's making ILEG. That doesn't make any sense. That's not paint ILEG. Let me see. No. Where's the other one at? We got 3 of these right here. That's one right there. All right. That's one right there. This is the one you have to do here. Get this one here done. Because I got to get the other one where it needs to be at. ILEG. Probably write ILEG all over everything and then realize that we mounts what it is like a complete idiot. Man. Let me see. That's what? No, that's that one. Yeah. Okay. So, just in the choose. I like this number right here. I'm going with that one at 264. It's beautiful. Take that. Now, I even put challenges under our test demonstrations. The test demonstrations we just done this product has challenges. All of them have challenges. Anybody doing this yet, please? Anybody do any of the challenges demonstrations under our screens? Because next time somebody wants to run their mouth and say that your screen's equal to mine, I'll take you in court on 1 million. And you have to prove that your screen is equal to mine. You have to do exactly the same thing my ad tech can do. Oh yeah, I'll bring in the ad tech on you. You know what ad techs do, right? So we won't be having that demonstration outside. Inside would be outside or near a window. Because they absorb sunlight. They're front and rear technology. They have a whole lot of interesting things to them that we have never even shown before. So it's curious how we have technology that we fully don't show the potential of what the technology can do. Sometimes we show it here and there, and yet you have the same thing we have. You want to sign that one? I'm gonna get a bunch of these old contracts, trust me. And not only these other screen prints gonna be challenging big companies too. I'm just waiting for somebody to come out there and say, oh, we have the same thing. Oh, we do we? You want to sign no contract? I bet you they won't sign it. And I'll put you in a live stream, me and you both on the same chat, so everybody can see your reaction when we send you over that contract. I'll have lawyers present, so that way everything will be legit. Now, are you willing to sign it? I don't think you will. All right, then keep your opinions to yourself, because you're not keeping your opinions to yourself can cost you a lot of money. Companies should start doing that more often. I think they should. They should start doing that. You got a product out there that's unique, different from everybody else's. And when you got unique products that are different from everybody else's, you'd be surprised. You're going to find people that are going to come on and say they have what you have. You need to put them on blast for it. Something's going to cost them money at the end of the day. Where's that 24 at? Because I'm talking about the quasars have projector mapping capabilities. Where is the demonstrations on the quasars mapping cable? Oh, you don't have the equipment. So how would you say you have something? And what I also find interesting too, why do you have to wait to get something from one of our customers. Why don't you just go on the website and buy it? I buy your stuff all the time. I got a whole bunch of cancellations down there. Basically $1,900 and another set of, I think it's $300 on eBay of cancellations. They never go to our site and buy. You know why? Because they can't tamper with it. That's why. They get stuff that's open containers. An open container is not trusted because, again, anything could have been added into the open container. We already had problems with the guy who was already messing with the product already. He was mixing stuff into it. That's how basically he lost his claim. Yeah. Ranted about that one, too. Told you we're going to lose it. I sat there and told him the mess like, look, man, you're better off sending it back to us. Send it back to us so we can do a ship back policy on it, display it. He couldn't send it back. He put stuff in it. That's why he couldn't send it back. If I'm requesting you and asking you to send something back and you fight me on this, then that doesn't look good for you in court, does it? Why didn't you send it back? What did you do to it? Yeah, you can't send something back, you tamper with it. You got a game system, it's got them little stickers in the tongue, you don't go past these stickers, you avoid the warranty, and you pull those stickers off, and the company's saying, hey, do me a favor. If you're unhappy with it, do me a favor, send it back so we can look over it. You can't send it back because you voided the warranty on it. So when you pour stuff into our paints and mix things in there that are not supposed to be in there, then you're going to have problems on your hands. Yeah, he took it to PayPal. I want the PayPal and the escalated. Yeah, you take something to PayPal, we'll escalate it. We'll go right in and escalate it right there. What's the problem? We'll present all your evidence that we have in there, and that's it. You have a batch number sitting on top of it showing it's working perfectly fine. It works fine right from the door. I don't get over on me at the end of the day. That's the reason why we put all this security protocol in place to protect our company at the end of the day. We're going to let people grant, pay, run, do whatever they want to do at the end of the day. You've lost your freaking mind at the end of the day. This will cost you. And if I find out, it's definitely going to contact your bank. File a complaint against you for fraud. Because I'm going to send the bank up the same product we sent to you. The same exact thing. Your stuff is batch numbered. So we'll send them up the videos, demonstrations, everything, the whole 9 yards. We'll send everything up. This is this product right here. If you sent some pictures to the bank that wasn't true, then guess what? You got charges coming against you. There's fraud charges. Companies don't play with that stuff at the end of the day. You do a chargeback on a company will put you on an investigation. They will go to a bank. I think what they hate at the end of the day, that they think they're going to get away with stuff and they can't get away with it. That's what it is. And when you try to do this stuff, it costs you in the long run. Any company you mess with is going to do this to you. You file a chargeback against a bank and you make a false statement, that company is going to contact that bank. You want to mess around and find out? Go play a game with one of these big companies and see where it lands at. Go out on YouTube, make a false statement about a company, and keep on doing it and see what happens to you. And then we can get on YouTube and cry on your account how some big company's coming down to sue the daylights out of you for doing something you're supposed to be doing. They're going to do the same thing to you that we're going to do to you. Can't go around doing dumb stuff like that. You know, you want to be in the circus, you're going to be in the circus. Where is the 24? We got the 24. 24 is done, right? Hey, 24 is done. You got to bounce off the 24. That's what you got to do. I got stuff to do. I do not have time to be on here, which I'm supposed to be out of here by now. Time is ticking down fast. Man, it's 9 o'clock already. Gee, with the weed, time goes so fast. Man, okay, get this thing done. Get this done, and then move on. We got things to do. Time is just going too fast, man. So while we come in, we just got in here at... No, I didn't get in here. I got in here at 6 to finish this thing. By the time I got on, it was about 7. So yeah, okay, yeah, it's all right. I still need to be out of here. I got stuff to do. I got stuff to pick up. I got to finish this thing today. This thing has to be done today. I'm tired of looking at it. I want it done. I want it finished. I want to get this new technology coming. I want to get a chance to play with that, test the new panel. Definitely want to play with the panels today. So I want to get that finished and get that done. And I got customers I got to get out the door. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a crazy day. Stuff I got to look at. I think once we get this thing done, this thing, I got to get this thing done. Once I get this thing done, I got to go on site. I saw the weather's getting a little better, and I think I'm gonna go pop onto this site, and I'm gonna go. I've talked to them before. I'm gonna go over and do a couple of demonstrations. We should have the screen built by then, the new one I'm talking about, because I can't go on with anybody's screen. I'll get in trouble. So we'll have the other one built. So I gotta go visit a couple of places and see if they can make this thing for us. I gotta go to the fabric store, we gotta pick up, take the surface over there. We gotta take it to a tailor. It has to do it. It has to cut it and design it and everything. So this thing looks professional. And then I gotta pop over to Home Depot and pick up the piping and everything and all that, and make sure these pipes are connected together. It's a whole lot of stuff we gotta do, but I need to have something. I gotta get on site for something. And the weather's been getting better, so I'm thinking I'm gonna go pop on site, do a couple of demonstrations, and we're gonna use the halo system on site. And what better way to show that thing off on site is a halo system. But we need a bigger prototype of it too, which I was seeing exactly. We can put it over there. We can put it over there. Yeah. I gotta get this. Let me get this starter package on here done. Let me see. It's the 24. We need to. Wait, is this thing available in the United States or shipping orders, free shipping? U.S. orders only. No. What are you doing? That's overseas. We can ship that overseas. Free shipping for everybody. Free worldwide shipping. I'll change that. Shipping. There we go. Free worldwide shipping. That's better. All right. Okay, that's good. I need to make a duplicate of this one and make this for the starter. Now the platinum, the 50-ounce platinum Black Widow is a kit. It's an actual screen print kit. It comes with a 100-inch screen surface and it comes with LED lights. Those are kits. Let me see what we have here. All right, this is going to be the starter kit. And I'm going to bring this back. These are 20-ounce kits, by the way. I did find a 20-ounce container, which I'm shocked on that, but I did find one. Alright. This is one that has nice. Let me see. Gotta go back and get that one. Free worldwide shipping. Okay, that's good. What's their size on that thing? Do a size right there. Remember, get it together. We got things to do. Gotta be out the door. Got things to do today. Come back in. I gotta get the surface done. The panel. We show up the panel today, and we're gonna show up and get ready to start building a bigger halo system. And then we'll start working on the physical screen. We got a physical screen. The physical screen is gonna be beautiful. Those are gonna be some nice screens to have in the summertime. Portable. They are. We're gonna make them acoustic. The reason why I want to be acoustic because if we get them rear, I want a rear acoustic screen would be really nice because again, that would be hot to have a rear acoustic screen. Let's see what this fabric goes for. I ordered several samples of this fabric, so see what we can get in there. Cause I like this better. The fabric so I can go in. I can see what I'm buying, what would work better, and that's what we're looking at. Something like that. That'd be nice. Because these would be screens you could take on the beach with you. You know what I mean? So it'll sit up on the beach and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool right there. All right. Now, do I want to have all these protocols lit up in place? Do I want to have? No, I don't want to. I just want people to enjoy the stuff and leave it the freak alone. Just enjoy it. That's it. But unfortunately, we got jerks. That's why we have all these rules and regulations, because we have jerks. They don't know how to enjoy things. They spend their time just figuring out, trying to tear people down. That's why we have rules and regulations. That's why we have lawyers. People get sued. That's why. Because people got to be jerks. They don't know how to act right. Let me see. 187. Not available yet. Okay, 187. I gotta go call for certified screens to get them in here, so I can get them all lined up and ready to go. I need, like, really seriously, out of the group of all certifieds, the only 3 companies that I see basically that are be able to come, I'd say not close enough, but at least will be able to withstand some of that stuff for testing. Definitely it's going to be Screen Innovation, definitely, because they make good technology. Elite Screen has that Dark Star 9, that's a gorgeous screen. I love testing against that. And Daylight, which we have right there under the table. Parallax. Everybody else doesn't make any darker screens. DMP Supernova doesn't do it. They make a darker screen. What's the other company they have is out there? There's a few other companies out there. I can't think of it. Stuart. I haven't seen darker screens from Stuart. Stuart has nothing in their collection that can compete with a black screen. Nothing. The gunmetals don't have it, but at least they're darker. They're much darker than the average screen. So yeah. And then for anybody saying, what about no. Just what the frick is a gray screen gonna do? Like literally, it's not gonna do anything. We can't even use it in here. What would I use it for? Honestly, if I sat here and said, how in the world could I use a gray screen in this environment? How would this even work? Interactive technology? No, we ain't gonna work with it. Not the projector mapping. We went through that one already. No, it's not gonna work on that. That's what the lighting we have when we fire up in this place. I got a dark and an ambient light controlled in office. Are you how dumb that sounds? That's not gonna work. These screens are huge we have in here. These screens jump from the ceiling. Well, they got the bottom area at the bottom if they want to put some on the show, but they're huge screens. Look how high these things go up. How the frick we're gonna get a gray screen to run in here? These don't even run in here. And this is dark gray and it won't even pick up. You want to see this? I'll show you this freaking fiasco nonsense. It won't read in here for jack. And it's dark gray and it still won't read. Oh, man. I had the lights on here. And I was like, this is pretty jacked up. Let me talk on this big old head. This big old head in the bag. I saw your big old head in the bag. I tell you something. He loves that freaking bag. He does. He loves it. Yeah, chilling in there. He'll be out there walking around. He'd be in his bag. Chilling. At one point, I used to think, he is not going to like this bag. He's going to hate it. He liked the other one better. But he loves that bag, man. He spends more time in that bag. We put it down. He'll be in the bag all day long. Like, we're not going anywhere yet. He'll be in the bag all day long. Just chilling. Alright, so I'm going to show you this. It don't pick up in a full lit environment. And you would think it would work. No, it don't work. Where's my micro for this thing? Let me show you. I'm like, what? It's dark gray. It should pick up. No, it doesn't pick up for jack. Not here, it doesn't. Do you see how bad that is? I don't even have the rest of the lights on yet. I don't have the overheads. Over here, the closer ones, they're not even on yet. That's it. So when I tell you that all screen paints come from over the counter, yes, they do. The thing about it is what makes yours so special that it does something that no other one does. So if you think you can mimic our stuff, over the counter stuff, please. Yeah, right. Mind you, we don't have the other lights on yet. We're not fully lit in here yet. I gotta fix my cloud over there. Why's my cloud doing that, baby? Why is it doing that? I'm at the same 25. I can't even read this screen. Hold on for a minute. I gotta switch my users real quick. There we go. So you think because you get a dark gray paint, right? You think at the end of the day, it'll fire up in the environments that we are in. No, it won't work. Because it's paint, that's it. That's all it is, it's just paint. It has to be something special to get it fired off. You think Micah will help you? No, Micah can't help you at the end of the day. Micah won't help you for jack. Micah doesn't even react that way. It doesn't work. That's not even for that purpose. Because it's shiny and glittery doesn't mean it's going to help your product. It doesn't work. I know because we've made this stuff to make dummy paints that show you that whatever mixture or combination you use will fail. They're in black and black demonstrations. So it won't work. You think the darker the paint, that would do it too? No, it won't work either. If that was the case, black paint could put up next to our technology. Yeah. Let's have some fun with this. Okay, so we're going to go down here. I'm going to have some fun with this screen before we get ready to put our art technology over top of it. Turn it aside because I got my settings coming up. Running here from my network. I can see that crap. Gee, whiz, I have to turn my lights off for this thing? Let me see. Gotta go up to the screen and see this. Let me see. That's why when I was showing off the screen, I had the lights off. Because I was saying, hey, it wasn't going to show. I want to show off my computers and stuff. I showed a logo on the screen. I already painted, but it's not going to work because it doesn't have our technology embedded into it. It's regular everyday paint. So if you think you can go to the store and just get dark gray paint, it does what Mr. Bird's paint does, you failed. If you get black paint, you definitely fail because we crush that stuff all day long. And if you get light gray, we crush that too. So what's next? What's left? Nothing. Told you. Our stuff can't be duplicated. God made it. That's why. And this is painted in some really dark paint in here. Doesn't work. Comes out too dark. Can't pick up and can't read white light. Now I say that to the naysayers who think at the end of the day we can do the same thing that Mr. Bird does. No, you cannot do the same thing I do. I can literally get thousands and thousands from my technology. Very easy. But I choose to try to do things and try to help other people out in the day that deserve to have a high-powered screen and shouldn't have to spend thousands of dollars. Now this is a very high-end primer. Very high-end primer. Let me turn you guys around for my tighten a little bit. It's a very high-end primer. It's not a cheap primer. It's very high-end. It cost me $60 a gallon. I like the good stuff. We're going to make sure that when this stuff hits this stuff, it doesn't go anywhere. It stays. So it's a very high-performance gray primer. And it's dark, as you can see, right? Aren't you that screen you're picking up over there? You seeing much? I ain't seeing jack over here. And we even got the overheads on yet. This thing ain't fully lit in here yet. Jeepers, please, man. Now, usually when they do these demonstrations, they turn out all the lights. If you have to turn out all the lights for a dark gray screen, you failed already from the door. Because they should be able to absorb the light. So why is the image so dirty? Why? Look at it. It's disgusting. Now, this is why I tell you at the end of the day, why you don't believe in idiots. Idiots will go out and tell you, you can take a dark gray paint and do the same thing as his product. The same thing. Yeah, you're going to mess around and wreck your investment. You're going to paint something onto your screen, especially if they're motorized. Because you're going to have to repaint over again. You can't scrape it off. You've got to repaint over top of it. Oh, man. That looks pretty bad, right? So what happens if we may have to turn the light on real quick. Everything's going to go. Let me see. Get something that's playing. That threw me right into a commercial that quick. What happened to this side over here? Hey, it kind of looks like that guy's paint. You know what I mean? Sad, isn't it? That someone would tell you that a dark gray paint would help you at the end of the day. Yeah. It won't help you. The reason why, because it's not our stuff. or something different. But I came in here, now some people will make paint to consider this to be an improvement. Like, oh my goodness, I can see the screen. It looks amazing. You fail on so many levels because no right person in the right mind is going to walk here and go, oh yeah, this looks like an improvement for my company. You'll never get that contract ever. Now see right here, see how it works? This is why they have you in dark environments. They stick you in dark environments and say, wow, look how amazing that image looks right there. That's what they do. But in reality, this is what you're going to get when you get home. And if you turn on more lights, that's what you're going to pick up. Nothing. If you have a company or a business and you spent money for this garbage at the end of the day, and this is what you're going to get when you're a commercial. See how much lighting we have in here? And mind you, our screens can thrive in these environments with no problem, even with halo systems attached in. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Right, people? See how we enlighten and tantalize your imagination with such interesting experiments? Showing you how they rip you off at the end of the day. Yeah, that's what you're getting. That's what the UV mix did. That's what the Frankenstein did. It did the exact same thing when we stuck it in an environment. It did this. And that's when we realized that it was nothing but dark gray paint with a little bit of mica in it. That was it. Yep. Oh, shoot. What did I just knock on? Oh, lights. Burn your bottoms. Burn your bottoms. Burn your bottoms good. Burn your bottoms. So that's a bird. I had burnt my bottoms. Yeah. Yes, sir. That's what you got, people. A screen that can't function. Just because it's dark gray doesn't mean it's going to work, people. That's one thing you have to understand. Just because it's dark gray doesn't mean it's going to work. It doesn't have our coding in it. I'll look at my whatchamacallit over here. I can check something out of here. Ugh. Get back in. Really? What the heck? Just because it's dark gray, right, doesn't mean it's going to work. See, that's what they get you every time. And y'all fall for it. Y'all fall for it every single time. I watch it all the time. I read y'all comments at the bottom. Y'all fall for it every time. Easy. And then y'all get it home and y'all do this and y'all go, what the frick happened? Because they had it in the dark the entire time. They had it sitting in a dark environment. That's what they do. They put it in a dark environment just like this. And I put little lights behind the back of the screen and little white lights at the bottom. Nothing touching the screen. They give it the illusion that the area is well lit. Put a little light here in the corner, a little light over here, a little far away. Nothing to touch the screen. And they'll stick in the dark. Look how dark the contrast levels are. Look how beautiful the white levels are. And then we come to buy your stuff and you cancel out. You know why? Because you already know the environment we're going to be in is going to be not yours. Because you catered that environment to fool your customers to make them think it was going to work. But it didn't. Because you're going to be in these environments with us. Screen's not going to work in there. Yep. Wow, look at that. Look at that picture quality right there. Man. Wow, what about this one over here? Look at this right here. This is why you can't use everyday paint for your projection screen. We're going to talk more about this when I come back in. This is why you can't use that. So if you think for a hot second that you're going to be able to go out there to Home Depot, Lowe's, Benjamin, I don't care where you go at the end of the day, and you think that you're going to get an everyday paint, a dark gray, I don't care, dark gray is about the darkest you're going to get, a dark gray, and you think you're going to put that against our product at the end of the day, don't sign one of those contracts. Just don't do it. This is going to be a bad nightmare for you. You can't mimic our technology. our paint does something that no other paint does. I've done all these tests already, people. I've done these tests years ago, many, many years ago. I know my stuff. You want an excellent screen at the end of the day, you come to us. You want to go to Home Depot, you want to mess up your investment, you want to end up with dirty looking images like this, then this is what you get. If you get black paint, guess what happens? It's dirty. We show dozens of demonstrations of every product versus black paint. You get a dark gray paint, it comes up dirty. You get a light gray paint, guess what happens? It doesn't show up at all. Colors wash out, contrast is not even there, and you're stuck in the dark all day long. There's no other tones in between. That's it. You go in there certified, you'll spend thousands of dollars for something that we could take out for 200 bucks. When I tell you at the end of the day, it's just us, it's just us. The sad thing about it is you'll have people come out here and go, look at that. Look at that image. Look how beautiful that looks. That's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Look, you see the reds. You can see the reds. Oh my goodness, it's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Let's see if we can get this light over here. If it gets a little better. Gee whiz Louise, man. I felt like I just walked in the door and just somebody just came down with the big hand, just slapped me. And just turned around going the other direction like, what the freak did I just watch? Oh my goodness, man. I tell you something. If I really wanted to basically shock myself, I'd just watch this all day. Oh, man, that's ugly. That's awful. Let's take this light out. There we go. Look at it. Now see? Watch this. What happened to the reds? See? That's why when you watch these demonstrations on these high-powered projectors, they're trying to sell these projectors. These projectors work? Yeah, they do. The thing about it is they can't really show the full potential of what the projector can do because, again, they're dealing with light white screens or a darker gray screen. And if you think an everyday paint's going to work, it's just not going to work. Yeah, it's awful, doesn't it? Oh. And yeah, that's what happened to the Frankenstein and you did the exact same thing. All right, Peter. I tell you this stuff at the end of the day, to explain to you that these fast, quick products, like some Partes and this charcoal gray paints, I guarantee you the same thing, exact same thing. Because they got them in these rehearsed environments. They got them in environments where the light's not really making contact with the screen, stuff like that. Got the environments darkened. Because they know basically if they turn the lights on in there, the screen's going to suffer. It's going to have issues. And you can't sell a product, especially if you don't even know what the gain is. If you're making that up too, then you're really in some trouble. Because you don't get the gain correctly. This is what you're going to be facing. So, again, anything you sell to there is fake because, again, gain range doesn't exist. And if that doesn't exist, then you could very well end up with that nightmare. And I've seen customers literally from his previous paints who posted, and this was what it was looking like, just like that. Because they put it in a real well-lit environment, and this is what they got. Spotty, blotty, and basically the naughty. Not seeing it at all, period. Let's humor. Just put a white level on here. Since this is a much lighter screen, right? You would think the white levels would pick up a little higher. Let me see. Where is my cord for this? Oh, it's on this side over here. We're good. Okay, we're good. I was trying to look for my mushroom company. I got charged for both of them. This is why I tell you, at the end of the day, you just can't go pick up any gray paint. I get customers to come in to me and say, you know what? I'll just pick up some gray paint and I'll just paint it in. Go ahead. I've done the demonstrations before dozens of times. Different types of gray paint. I've done it. It doesn't work. It's paint. It's not a projection screen. When you go to Home Depot, Lowe's, Benjamin Moore, Sherwin-Williams, you are buying paint. That paint is not designed to be a projection screen. It's designed to go on your wall, give it a nice, beautiful color. That's what it's designed to do. It's not made to be a projection screen. You have to put something into it to make it activate with that machine over here. That's what you have to do. And then if you get to work with that machine, you're still going to have to do tons of testing, because now you got to do ultra short throws, got to do long throws, you got to do white levels, got to do contrast levels, you got to do fully lit environments, got to do outside demonstrations, and it just goes on and on and on. And all this testing you're going to have to do. This is going to take a great time of day, your time of your day. It's going to take hours and hours of your day. It's going to be commitment before you can even put a price tag on it and sell it. Because if you don't, and you put things and you lie about it, a customer can literally take you to court for consumer fraud, and you can get 30 years for this. You can get lawsuits that will hit you heavily. So you have to make sure you get it right. A company buys enough of this stuff and it damages something, they can sue you. So you have to get it right. You can't just mix stuff up. You get yourself in trouble that way. So you have to know what you're doing. That's why people leave it to us, because we know what we're doing, because we have years of testing. And I can come out here and show you demonstrations when people have products just this color, but I guarantee that every single one of those demonstrations are done in a dark environment. Not in here. You can't fool it in here. It's impossible. There's no way to escape the light. Let's do something here. Let's make something interesting. Let's go over here and let's take our... Oh, I can't even see the freaking menu. Let's go put the projector. It's going to take it out of whisper mode. We don't have to do this here, but let's do this here because we have no choice. Let's take it out of whisper and let's put it in eco. So let's take it out of eco and put it in normal. Now it's sitting in normal mode right now. Did you see anything change? Let's show you again. I'm going to take my settings. I'm going to hit them again. It's in normal. Right there. See anything change? No. The projector won't work on this. It's a venue behind me. That's 4,000. We're at 4,000 lumens now. Because we switched out from 2,500 lumens, which is whispered. Now, we're in normal. We're at 4,000 lumens. We can't pick up the screen. Yeah. That's a dirty image. You see how dirty the honey looks? It's dirty. It's a dirty image. You don't want that. Where the heck is my whatchamacallit? I just had them on me. Literally just had controllers on me. Here we go. Now it's supposed to look like that. See all that right? That's imagine if you got an OLED TV you spent 60 grand for and it came out looking like this. You keeping it or you taking it back? I think you're taking it back. We're at 4,000 lumens, people, and it's not reading on a gray screen. Now, if they were to take out the lights, right? Now it looks better, right? Looks much better now, right? Because that's where you're going to be stuck at, in the dark. Because this stuff has no gain capability in any way whatsoever. That's where you're going to be stuck at. See my white levels here, but abracadabra. Boom. There you go. See? So that's why you have to do white level tests. All those tests are important. They have 1,000 lumens. We have 1,000 lumen pullback. We have a screen with tons of light going through it. That's why it's important to do those white level tests to see where your white levels lay at. That's why we do those demonstrations, because if you don't do those tests, you can very well look like this. And if you're used to doing demonstrations, especially on ultra short throws, where you're sitting right up on top of the screen and there's no distance throw, you're right up on top of the screen, you got a projector calibrated to change colors, and then turn around and you got it in the dark all day long, which I've seen a lot of demonstrations. What happens when the customer turns the lights on? Oh, the white levels look fantastic here. Look how beautiful and bright they are. The minute the customer gets home, he turns on his lights. And this is what happens to his screen. Just like the customer who went in and you saw the demonstration of the soccer game with the lights out, right? What happens when you open up two curtains? Screen gone, just like that. Because they fake their demonstrations. They do a lot of demonstrations in the dark. They don't do testing. And if they come up to you and say, well, you know, the testing that Mr. Burrs does is fake. Well, if it's fake, guess what? Got a contract for you to sign. See you in court. Now, if you're not willing to sign the contract, that means what you said out of your mouth was a lie, right? And what you said out of your mouth was a lie, then that means that you slandered my company. So I could sue you for that. Unless you're going to back up what you say, but you don't want to do that. Okay, then moving on. It doesn't work. Simple and plain. I love how people will get up there and lie about something, and then when they're basically backed into a corner with the going to court, now they're sitting there saying, well, you know, I didn't really, then you didn't really say what. All right, then you don't want to basically, then you lied. There you go. Then stop lying about stuff that doesn't work that you're trying to sell. It won't work. I've tested y'all stuff. Y'all stuff shows no different than everyday gray paint. It's the same thing. Those darker mixes that they have, it's nothing but gray paint they're buying over at Home Depot and Lowe's. If that was the case, if it was anything different, guess what? You'd have seen a ton of demonstrations on gray versus gray, dark gray versus gray. You'd have seen all of them. Do you see any of those demonstrations? No, because it's the same thing. You see, when you look at the fact that how many network grade 773 demonstrations versus Cinemax versus our black technology, black versus black demonstration, who has the most? It would be us, right? We've got tons of demonstrations on black versus black, right? We just keep bringing out more and more demonstrations, right? Because we can do this because we've done it thousands of times. We're used to doing it, and our product backs itself. Now, a person who can't do this will do it one time. And if they fail miserably in the process, they'll never do it again. I guarantee you. Have you ever seen him do more and more? No, he doesn't do demonstrations. He don't want to go near them things with a 10-foot pole. Did he post them to his website so everybody? No, he didn't do that either, did he? All right, then there you go. That's what you're really getting, people. When you're dark, mess around. The gray mixes are even worse. Even worse. At least with the lighter ones, you can get something out of it. You can't use it in a fully lit environment. No, they'll wash out. But at least you can get something. These don't work for Jack because they basically can't see that white light. And they basically come up even more muddier and dirty. That's why we're calling his products mud paint. Because they were coming up muddy. Now, he had on that product at the end of the day, I wouldn't advise you using it for home use. It's better used for business. How would you use that stuff for business? And if you're saying this is not my product, then they wouldn't match my... Yeah, it is. It is. Since you're still doing videos on YouTube about screen paint, even though you don't have a website, how about you entertain us? How about you make that Frankenstein mix and put it against this? I'll give you the company where I bought it from. And you can go buy it, and you can basically put it in your paint, put it side by side and see if it doesn't match. Because I've done it already. See the color of it? If you look at it like, man, this is, and by the way, that's not gunmetal. No way that's gunmetal. People say, that's not gunmetal. Gunmetal is way darker than that. That's not gun, it's called charcoal gray. That's what it's called. That would be charcoal gray. That's not gunmetal. Now, back in the day, before you had gunmetal, and this, people made these colors right here, they considered this to be black at one point. But now you have actual black screens now. But that's how bad your white levels will come up, your colors, all that will come up horribly. But since we got this whole thing painted, and I'm still working on it, because the prime and everything job, I'm still working on it. I still got the corners and stuff to do. We're going to do a few more demonstrations on this. Explaining why you don't use, they try to buy you a dark gray paint. This will do the same thing. Don't do that. Don't mess up your freaking investment, all that nonsense. Especially with people at the end of the day who have no experience in the field. This is exactly what's going to happen to your setup. It's very uncomfortable, isn't it? Alright, I'm taking my projector off freaking, because we don't use the, put it right back on Whisper, because that's what we use. I'm really getting cooked in here with freaking 4,000 lumens, which is not even necessary. And this is why I told you I was getting all them instructions. Remember people, on the side of my container, a Frankenstein. What did it say on my container? It said not ambient light rejection, Kenny. Right? So how in the world, gunmetal screens are supposed to have gains that are much higher the darker screens. They're supposed to be to read better in fully lit environments. This stuff don't read for jack in a fully lit environment. This means at the end of the day, if his product is not ambient light rejection, it's that dark, that means it has to be done it has to be used in the dark. Guess what else has to be used in the dark? Regular house paint. Because there's nothing special about it. That's why. Nothing special about it. It has to be used. That's why I was telling you for the longest time, people were going out getting that Frankenstein. You literally bought house paint. Because this stuff has to be used in the dark. It won't work. And for those who are saying that, oh, that's not true. Yeah, it is true. It's literally in a YouTube video. I have it right there. It really shows. Matter of fact, I got to activate this anyway. You can go into the blacklist. And you'll see it right there where it says on the container, written in his handwriting, not ambient light rejection, Kenny, with a punctuation mark. Meaning, don't use this dark gray mix in a well-lit environment because it's made to be in the dark. Guess what else is made to be in the dark? This too. Same color. So if the only difference between this right here cost me around because it's more high grade. I got a real high grade. Mine cost me about $60 a gallon. And people are going out there paying $60 a quart at that time. Or before that, we're paying $90 because I got it on my receipt. Over there, I paid for it. I paid $85 for it, a quart. So get what you pay for. No testing whatsoever. You get what you paid for. Oh my goodness. I gotta show you this. The angle gain on here is horrible. I mean, literally horrible. I'm just not gonna keep that in there. Let me get my phone to charge up. We'll come back in because I got some stuff I gotta take care of. Get this stuff taken care of first. And we're definitely gonna be talking more about this. This is why I tell you at the end of the day, batch numbers, people. Get those batch numbers. You don't want to end up like this. Get batch numbers. He's got charcoal gray mixes on his site. Any kind of mix that's charcoal gray, anything like this is where you're going to have the biggest problem because it can't receive and understand white light. This is what you're going to be faced with. So as I said before, that's why you request batch numbers. This is why you request testing. I don't care. They get to talking about, well, you know, the project. No. Skip all that. Do you have batch numbers? Do you have them? Or you don't have them? Okay, move on then. Because you don't know what the heck is coming in the mail for you. You want to know exactly what you're getting. Yep. Wake up call. We'll come back. We'll talk about we're going to call this the big gray. The big dark gray. The wake up call. So, we'll play a couple videos on here. Stuff like that. Give you a chance to see what it's like. Those of you who have businesses and stuff, if you think you're going to cut corners and just go buy some dark gray paint, well, I'll show you what you're going to get yourself into. It's not going to go well. I had one time a church paint their entire screen with everyday black paint, and the image just came up so dark. They contacted me and asked if they bought our product. They painted over because they fixed it. And I said, yeah, you can fix it. You can paint right over top of it, no problem. You can see the difference. They did a half and half. You see the difference. All right, people. I got to go. I got to take care of some business. I'll be back in as soon as we finish this screen with the new technology. We get the other advanced halo system already built and designed, and we get the rest of our testing. I get my certifieds. I'm waiting for my certifieds. Get my certifieds in here, show you the difference between our technology versus a certified, and then we'll basically have it ready for sale. Right now, I still want to go on site with this and have some fun with this technology because I'm planning to take the long throw with me. The long throw with this one, the other projector I'm bringing in is a standard. A standard will blow this up quite nicely, but this one, the reason I'm taking it with me, because it requires 18 feet for a 100-inch screen. So anytime I'm in any environment, commercial, I got to be 18 feet back to hit the screen. That's why I want to take that one with me. It's more of a challenge for us. And especially with the halo system stuck in the screen, it's going to be awesome to be to show that we can do that. I think that's going to be quite an impressive demonstration for people. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. Thank you for your time for coming in. And we'll be showing you some other stuff when I get back from taking care of this other business. All right, got to go, and God bless.